YouTube, my name is Mesa and welcome back to another Destiny 2 video. Alright folks, it's time for an obligatory, is this the best pulse rifle in the game? That's right folks, we're gonna review the exotic pulse rifle Bad Juju. Yep, it's back from Destiny 1, and we're gonna see how it stacks up against some of the competition. Well, when I mean competition, I mean Outbreak Perfected. Because I'll be frank with you guys, I cannot take Outbreak Perfected off. If you guys know me by now, that's my favorite gun in PvP, in PvE, and basically about every situation in the game. I love Outbreak Perfected. So we're going to talk about, well, am I putting down Outbreak Perfected for a while to use Bad Juju nonstop? Because I'll tell you right now, Bad Juju, the Destiny 2 version, is a bit better than the Destiny 1 version. I don't know about you guys, but sound off in the comment section. Did you use Bad Juju a lot in Destiny 1? I know when I first got it, well, it was my first exotic quest within Destiny 1. I used it a ton, but when pulses got nerfed, I think I put it away for the longest. And yeah, in year 3, I don't think I ever used it in Destiny 1. But I will say that the Destiny 2 version of Bad Juju definitely is better than the Destiny 1 version. Before we get into the review, can we talk about how cool this training grounds is? Or at least, that's what I'm calling it, training grounds. So, the more you upgrade the Tribute Hall, the more things you can unlock here. Here I'm using a crystal, but I don't have that unlocked just yet. So there's various enemies you can unlock, and they will sit there, and you can do damage to them. You can kill them. They will respawn over and over. You have a Scorch Cannon. You've got the Hive Sword. And you have various enemies that, as you upgrade the Tribute Hall, these will spawn in. And as you kill them, they won't shoot back. They'll just growl at you. You can kill them over and over, and they will just respawn back. So for doing DPS tests, well, the YouTube channels that are the scientists, well, they're going to have a field day with this thing, and you might have a field day with this thing too. Yeah, here I could just go in and proc String of Curses, which is the main perk on Bad Juju, which we will talk about in a little bit here. But you even have access to your vault. There's an ammo station. You can go refill all of your ammo. And one thing you want to know is, even if your Tribute Hall is not fully upgraded, or you only have maybe like 3 or 4 things, if you go in with a fire team and friends and they have all the other things upgraded, you could see and access those things too. Like for me, like I don't have the Scorch Cannon, I don't have the sword, I don't have the crystal, I don't have a bunch of the Cabal either. I've got all the Fallen. But my friends Rocco and Son of Krypton do, so they just turn them all on, and I have access to them too. So this is really cool, and I wonder where Bungie is going with this. For maybe future releases or something, you know, like maybe every DLC or every year, we'll have some sort of training grounds where we can go in, test out weapons. It's a place that you want to upgrade over time and unlock things. So I'm curious to see exactly how, what other things are in this Tribute Hall that we have not upgraded. I know I certainly have a lot of grinding to do because you need a lot of materials to grind this stuff, and I am nearly out of materials right now. Alright, let's get into the review of the Bad Juju. The crux of Bad Juju is to not have to reload, to give you increased damage, and also give you super energy. So I think I was right in my prediction a few weeks ago that, yeah, the reason why our favorite exotic armor pieces that give you super energy back was nerfed because we were getting Bad Juju. Now, when you turn in 45 of your tributes, you will unlock the Catalyst, or you can get the Catalyst from the statue for Bad Juju. And word around the campfire, that will extend String of Curses for 1.5 seconds longer than normal. Now, String of Curses, it's going to refill the magazine on a kill, increase damage. Now, that stacks up to 5 times. That's like Super Rampage. And it's going to grant you super energy based on the strength of String of Curses. And of course, this thing will fire full auto. Now, in terms of the damage numbers, okay, every time you get a kill and you get String of Curses to proc, you're giving yourself a 20% buff. And then, so it's going to go from 20%, then to 40%, then to 60%, then to 80%, all the way up to 100%. In a nutshell, doubling your damage. So it will stack up to 5 times. So looking at some damage at Mr. Harpy Man here, we did 3,770. We get a kill. Now we have String of Curses times 1. Now we're doing 4,524. So that's another 20%. So I'm going to kill another ad, do a little bit more damage there. What are we doing? 5,278. So there's your 20%, and we just keep stacking it. Now we're at String of Curses times 5. Now, when you're at String of Curses times 5, you're going to waste everything in your path. But therein lies the problem. Because when you have a big yellow bar or a major, you're not going to do anything to them. I mean, that thing is going to barely even do anything. Well, There's a hobgoblin right next to, well, that's right in front of the harpy. I'm not even, yeah, the guy to the left, I'm not even going to shoot at him because I will do no damage whatsoever. Even with String of Curses ×5, I'm not going to do that much damage. So, bad Juju, in my opinion, is very, very situational. And situational in that, killing a lot of ads and then laying into a big yellow bar or a major or something like that, okay, that's your ideal situation. But like, I went into the Lost Sector over on Mars, and the raw damage just on the boss itself is just terrible. Absolutely terrible. Yeah, you need to kill ads and then lay into the major or big yellow bar, and then you're in good shape. Let's talk about some applications, namely Gambit and PvP. And for you PvPers, you're probably going to love this thing because you're going to freak out when you see the range drop off on this thing. You don't see any range drop off until about 40 meters, but I'll show you some private match testing. So Gambit, let's see, I loved it and I hated it at the same time. When you're killing red bars, and even the red bars in Gambit, they are a bit more tanky than what we're used to in Strikes and of course on Patrol. But when you're taking, I found, for me personally, when I was killing red bars, I noticed I was definitely getting more supers per round, okay? I think in one round I got 2, almost 3 supers, and that was with me running Bad Juju, running my Warlock, but then also running the Skull of Dire Ahamkara, where when you get kills with your super, you get some super energy back. So yeah, they did nerf that exotic helmet, but at the same time, yeah, I'm using Bad Juju to kill red bars and get my super back. But, you know, taking on like these yellow bars right here, I mean, the damage is just not there. It's really meant for when you get String of Curses from some red bars, possibly some yellow bars, and then you start laying into some majors, okay, then you're in good shape. But in Gambit situations, yeah, like I said, I loved it and I hated it. I loved it like the first round when it just felt like there were more red bars around that I could kill, but when there was just tons of yellow bars, the damage is just not there. And in fact, when we got down to the Primeval in one section where I had no special and I had no heavy and I was stuck with Bad Juju, I wasn't doing anything to the Primeval. In PvP, it will do 25 criticals, and for the most part, it's like a 4-burst kill. Now, when you bump it up with String of Curses 1, you will do 28 instead of 25. So here I am with my test dummy here, and I don't think you're a dummy, son of Krypton. I'm doing 25s here, and I'm going to slowly back off here. And this is where you're going to see that range drop off, and it is ridiculous. So here I am, let's see, 28 meters. I'm going to hit him again. What are we seeing here? We're going to see 25 again. Yeah, 25s again. I actually have to look around because I thought I was going to actually bump into a wall back there. Here I am at 34 meters, 25 again. And then I'm going to back all the way up to about 40 meters. Then we finally start to see some drop off. Here I am at 37 meters. You're doing 16s to the body, by the way. I should have mentioned that. 25s up again. He's standing all the way up by the ammo crate. I'm going to move back to 40 meters. What do we see at 40 meters? We're going to see, shoot him, Shawnee, shoot him. Now we finally see it. Now it dropped down from 25 to 24. So the range on this thing is pretty ridiculous. I mean, at first we thought there was no range drop off. But yeah, about 40 meters is when you finally start to see the drop off. And it's still pretty minimal. So I think from a PvP perspective, if you have good aim, which I don't, of course, if you have good aim and you get lucky, meaning you've got a couple of Guardians clustered up, you get String of Curses to proc, maybe you use an Empowering Rift or a Well of Radiance or something that will increase your damage, and you catch 2 Guardians and you get String of Curses, okay, you're not going to have to reload, and you're going to get a damage buff. But I think the critical thing here for PvP is going to be the range, okay? The range drop-off on this thing is amazing. So in summarizing this escapade of joy, is this the best pulse in the game? Will it be replacing my Outbreak Perfected? And this is completely subjective. Absolutely not. However, there is the fun factor. So the key pluses with this weapon, I think, are 1, ad clearing, obviously. In PvP, the range drop off. I think this weapon is really fun in Strikes. I don't know if I would use it in Nightfalls. Regular Strikes, regular Heroic Story missions, and Patrols, I think, really, really fun gun. Can't take fun, you can't put a stat factor on, okay? A gun is fun, this gun is very fun. But Outbreak Perfected, for me, is, well, it's more fun, guys, and does more damage, has more applications, I think, especially that it's got Outlaw. I am a Panic Reloader. I love the Nanites. I love the Masterwork version. But this thing's going to be amazing when I finally get the Masterwork, or you get the Masterwork version, because you'll be producing orbs. You're also going to get String of Curses, which supposedly, according to Twitter, it will add on another 1.5 seconds to the String of Curses perk. So that's always necessary. So it's like having a souped up Rampage on it, but it's just the impact, it feels very, very low compared to something like Outbreak Perfected. So that's my take on it. You guys let me know in the comment section what you guys think if you have bad Juju. And that's it, guys. Leave me a hashtag made it to the end if you did make it to the end, and do me a favor, drop a like in this video only if you see fit. Follow me on Twitter at MesaSean. Check out my stream. Usually know it's on YouTube. And by the way, you guys crushed it today. We had 5,000 people watching, or almost about 5,000 people. And welcome all the new channel members. I posted on the community wall of my channel, just for you guys, the private link to our Discord. Come on in and say hello, and let's all hang out. All right, guys, I'll see you.